Hello, this is the Archangel Raphael. I am really sorry to use an electronic voice, but my webcam doesn't work. Please forgive me. I am 19, so I don't sound as old or posh as this in real life. But this voice was the one that actually pronounced the words properly. In this video, I will briefly explain how I look at the universe. This video is mainly concerned with a broad cosmology. I don't get into specifics of devotion, personal practice, or ethics. I intend to do so in later videos if this one is well received. I hope I have a unique perspective that will be of interest to pagans, Wiccans, and people interested in spirituality. I am not a scientist, I am not a theologian, but this is the way in which I have come to understand the universe and interact with it, and it works for me. Please be respectful to my views, and I will be respectful of yours. These are unorthodox beliefs, but beliefs nonetheless, so please be courteous. Thank you. And without further ado, here we go. According to science, everything physical is composed of matter. Matter consists of atoms, which many of you will remember from science lessons. As you can see in the diagram, atoms are composed of quarks at the most basic level. But there is something smaller. This is a representation of what scientists call a string. It is the smallest and most basic component of matter. Strings vibrate, and either end is tied to a membrane, which is commonly shortened to brain. Every string in our universe is attached to the same brain. Our universe actually is the brain. M theory, which is the most recent rendition of string theory, accepts that our brain does not exist in isolation, but there are, in fact, many others. What do these other brains, these other dimensions, look like? It's difficult to say, but maybe we can turn to the myths to find out. What if the other worlds, detailed in the mythologies of the past, actually refer to different brains, existing alongside our own? What if Hades, the plains of Elysium, Asgard, Summerland, and others are actually entirely separate universes existing on other brains? And the gods, then, are the rulers of these different brains. The gods are spiritual beings of immense power and authority, and I do not believe that they are limited to their own brain. I believe they have interacted with mankind in this brain. Spirit is not matter, and so it stands to reason that spirit would not be tied down to the strings of our material universe. Spirit is the key to bettering ourselves. We exist as a body and as a spirit. By nurturing our spirit and advancing in spirituality, we can commune with the orders of spiritual beings, such as the gods. We can grow in wisdom and understanding, and compassion and love. We can find purpose and meanings, direction and drive. I am not saying spirit should be nurtured at the expense of the body, or that we look forward to a time when the body is shed, and our spirit freed. Indeed, I believe that when we begin to nurture our spirit, we gain the wisdom to value our bodies, the natural world, and the physical universe, so much more. But the question remains, where did these brains come from? I believe there is an overarching deity who is all-powerful and all-knowing. The gods may be extremely powerful and worthy of devotion, but I believe they are still limited. I believe there must be an all-powerful being, but there can only be one of them, as two all-powerful beings are impossible. They would not have power over each other and therefore not be all-powerful. I believe this deity is what we call God, and I think this fits in well with what I have described. God is said to have spoken creation into existence. What is sound if not a vibration? And what do the strings do but vibrate? Think of it this way, the brains are like leaves of a book, and God is the author of that book. I believe there are countless orders of beings that are unseen to humanity. The gods are one group, angels are another. Personally, I believe in heaven, and I believe it is the dwelling place of God. In that sense, I believe up to exist outside the brains, a physical reality. I believe heaven is populated with angels, and the souls of those departed, who have loved God, and wish to live in heaven with Him. These are the saints. In terms of worship, there are two categories. The first is latria, and can be called adoration. I believe this is due to God alone. The second is dulie, and can be called veneration. I believe this is due to exalted created beings such as the angels, the saints, and the gods. To sum up then, we, as individuals, exist on this brain, which is one of many. In other brains exist powerful spiritual beings which we call gods, and recognize from the myths and traditions of the world. Another order of spiritual beings exist, called angels. They are guardians and messengers, and each one of us has an angel attached to us. Beyond the complex network of brains exists an all-powerful deity, which we have called God, who spoke the universe into creation. This has been a brief outline of my personal cosmology. Thank you for watching.